Alright, so today, the I can statement. I can multiply 2-digit by 2-digit whole numbers. Alright, so we're doing multiplication still. 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication. Yesterday we did 2-digit by 1-digit, and 3-digit by 1-digit, and even 4-digit by 1-digit, I think, right? So today we're going to continue to build on that by adding the second piece, which is a 2 by 2. I will tell you that this lesson can be frustrating if you don't take your time and if you're not very careful, right? You cannot afford to make mistakes on the things that are right in front of you, like the multiplication table. Don't make a mistake in your multiplication, all right? If you make a mistake in the process, that's okay, but don't make a mistake in the multiplication, understand? So everyone has your multiplication table opposite of your notes for this lesson, all right? So keep them out, okay? All right, here we go. So here are the steps. You have this purple page in your notes, and we're going to go through the steps of this, all right? So the question says 26 times 54. Notice I have 2 digits times 2 digits, right? Okay, so step number 1 says multiply both digits in the top row by the ones digit in the bottom row. So let's say that again. Multiply both digits in the top row by the ones digit in the bottom row. Isn't that a lot like what we did yesterday? That's exactly what we did yesterday, right? So let's go ahead and work that out. Let's work out 26 times 4. Where do I start? 4 times 6. I like how you said 4 first. Good job. 4 times 6 is? 24. So I write 24 in the box. Next step?
4 times 2.
And I know that 4 times 2 is?
8.
8 plus 2 gives me 10. One number in each box. Now, a student in my first class had a really cool saying I've never taught, I've never heard it before, and I really like what she said. I told them we are now going to move to the tens place. That means I'm multiplying by a number in the tens place. And I know that last year you guys learned multiples of 10. And when I multiply by 10, she said slap a 0 on the end. And that's exactly what you do. You do that because you're moving that decimal one place to the right, and it makes a space for a 0, okay? So if I'm multiplying by the tens place, I will use a different color so I can show you the different numbers here. I multiply by tens, so I slap a 0 at the end. So everyone put a 0 at the end of that number row. Every time you multiply by a 2-digit number, guys, you are always going to have a 0 in that spot. So now I multiply like I did normally. 5 times 6.
30.
I cross off this 2. I don't want to get confused, and I put a 3 there. 30. Now what do you think I'll multiply by?
5 times 5.
5 times 2, which is 10 plus that 3
13.
gives me 13. Okay? Now if I read my steps over here, step number 3 tells me to do what?
Add the products together.
Add the products together. So I'll add 4 plus 0,
4.
4, 0 plus 0, 1 plus 3,
4.
and 0 plus 1.
1.
So my final answer is 1,404. Nice job, okay? So notice there are quite a few, as much as I hate to say it, there are quite a few opportunities to make some mistakes, right? So let's not make any mistakes with my multiplication. We're going to use our multiplication table. Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay, let's make a deal. We're going to use our table. Alright, so look at the bottom half of your notes. Look at the bottom half of your notes. The bottom half, you have these questions, these 4 questions. So we're going to work them out together before I give you the opportunity to do it on your own, okay? Here we go. 43 times 21. According to my notes, what step is first?
1 times 3.
Multiply both numbers in the top by the ones place in the bottom. So 43 times 1. What is 43 times 1? 43, right? So I'm just going to write 43 there. I know what 43 times 1 is. If I go back and do the steps, 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 4 is 4, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so that doesn't change anything. Second step, multiplying by 10, so
Add a 0.
slap a 0 on the end. Good job. So slap a 0 on the end. Now I multiply like normal. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. Looking at my notes, the last step says to add the products. 3 plus 0, 3. 4 plus 6 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 8, 9. Again, 903. Lots of opportunities for those little mistakes, right? We can't make those little mistakes. We got to be careful, okay? Let's not make those little mistakes. All right, look at the second question. Look at the second question. 21 times 23. Okay, 21 times 23. Look at your notes. What does the first step say?
Multiply the
Top. The numbers in the top row by the ones place in the bottom row. So I will multiply 21 times 3. What is 21 times 3? Let's start with 3 times 1. 3. 3 times 2.
6.
So that tells me that 21 times 3 is 63. Okay, I agree with that. Next step. Multiplying by tens. Slap a 0 on the end. Good. Multiply by the tens place now. So I have 2 times 1. Good. Participate. 2 times 2. 4. A little bit better. Getting better. More participation, please. Last step. Nice. Better. 3 plus 0. 6 plus 2.
8.
0 plus 4.
4.
All right. 483. Okay. Not awful. It does take some time. And it's a lot of practice. A lot of practice. And you'll get a lot of practice tonight in homework. Okay. All right. Next one. This is an interesting one. 13 times 20. I'm not going to do this any differently, but I want you to look for something. Maybe something we could have eliminated or a step we didn't have to take. Okay. Are you ready? So where's my starting point?
At the top.
The numbers in the top row by the ones place. So what is 13 times 0?
0.
Alright, but I'm going to go through the steps. 0 times 3
0.
and 0 times 1.
0.
Alright, so do I have anything? Nothing, right? That's okay. Now let's go to the next step. The next step was multiply the top numbers by the tens. Multiplying by tens, so
Slap a 0 on the end.
very nicely done. Slap a 0 on the end. I'm moving my decimal one place to the right. Make hole for a 0. 2 times 3
6.
and 2 times 1.
2.
Okay, last step.
Add
I add them together, and I'm going to get 260 because I'm not adding anything. Now, was there a step I didn't have to take?
Yes.
Sam, what step did I not take?
You didn't have to multiply the 0.
I didn't, right? But here's the step. This is why I showed you. If I would tell you just multiply 13 times a 2, would you have put just 26 probably?
Yeah.
You would have forgotten what step. Slapping that 0, right? So there is a shortcut I will teach you later, but today I want to stick to just learning the algorithm and doing all the steps, okay? Agreed? I'll show you the shortcut later. Last one, 56 times 11. This would be a little bit easier, right?
Yep.
Okay, what is 56 times 1?
56.
So I know that the first layer is 56. The top numbers in the top row by the ones place. Next step, slap a 0 at the end because I'm multiplying by tens. I'm actually multiplying by 10, right?
Yeah.
And I know that 56 times 1 is still 56. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 5 is 5. If I think about it this way, 56 times 1 equals 56. 56 times 10 equals 560. What do you notice that's different? I just add a 0, right? What I really did was I moved the decimal place, which is right here, one place to the right, which makes a place for a 0. That's what this whole thing is about. And I'm hoping that you remember that from last year. Last step,
Yep. Add them.
add them up. 6 plus 0.
6.
5 plus 5 is 10 plus 1 more.
11.
11, carry the 1. 5 plus 1.
6.
So my answer is 616. Okay?
Woohoo.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to give you a piece of graph paper. Put your name at the top. We're going to do the exact same thing we did yesterday. Okay, we're going to write in the boxes. Keep your journal open to the multiplication table or your notes. Alright, so I'm going to give you opportunities to practice right here. We're going to have a little bit of a showdown. Okay, it's not a competition in the fact that you win anything, but it's a competition against yourself. Okay, so write your name at the top of the graph paper. Okay? Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. When I say go, on the graph paper you will copy the problem and work it out. Once you have an answer, I want you to quietly stand it behind your chair. Okay? Really quietly. Everybody ready?
Sure.
Here you go. First question is 24 times 17. All right, I'm sitting. Okay, I had someone with the answer stood up first. Go ahead. What's your answer?
No, Daniel was first.
No, you were first.
Me?
Yep.
408. I was actually
Fo-
first.
Were you?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay, I'm sorry. What's your answer?
608.
608. What'd you get?
408.
408. Did anybody get something different? Let's see who's right. Ready? Here we go. I start in the ones place. 7 times 4, 28. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 2 is 16. Do you both have that first row?
Yes.
Okay. Slap a 0 on the end. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. I add them up. 8, 10, 408 should be my answer.
Yes.
Okay? Where's your mistake? Is your mistake right here? 240? Do you have that?
Yeah, on the 2, I put up 4.
Gotta be careful. You cannot afford, okay? So, the first one done will stand up and they'll share their answer while everybody else continues. Ready? Next question. Skip a row. Next question and go. Uh-oh. 51 times 23. Okay, awesome. Go ahead and have a seat. I know the first person was. Yeah. Alright, what's your answer, buddy?
1,173.
You got 1,173. Did somebody get something different? Alright, good. So 51 times 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. Slap a 0 on the end. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. I add them up. I get 3, 7, 1, 1, 1,173. Is that what you got? Absolutely. Okay, ready? Third question. Here you go. And skip a row. Go. 70 times 48. 70 times 48. Okay, I got the person. Go ahead and have a seat. What'd you get, buddy?
3,340.
3,340. Okay, let's see. Anybody get something different? 3,340. Did anyone get something different? All right. So what did you get?
3,360.
3,360. Anybody get something different than that? No. Let's check. See who's right. 8 times 0.
0.
0. 8 times 7.
56.
56. Do you have that row? 560? You do? Okay, so that's not a 0 on the end. 4 times 0 is, again, 0. 4 times 7 is?
28.
28. Do you have that row? Where's your mistake?
On the 28.
Okay, what did you say 4 times 7 was?
I at 1 million, I put up 29.
There's nothing to add there, right?
I know.
Gotta be careful. So if I add them up, 0 plus 0 is 0, 6 plus 0 is,
6.
oh, should that be 6? 6. And 5 plus 8 is 13. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. So my answer should be 3,360. Okay? Alright, last one you do on your own. Ready? 92 times 35. Good, getting better. Okay? What'd you get, buddy?
3,220.
3,220. Did somebody get something different? What did you get? Jackson, what'd you get?
3,320.
Yep, that's what he got 3,320. Alright, let's compare it and see who has the right answer. Okay, so 5 times 2 is 10, carry the 1. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 1 is 46, right? Do you have that row? Okay, so far so good. Slap a 0 on the end. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 9 is 27. Do you have that row? 2,760? Oh, there's your mistake. Where's your mistake? Is it in the multiplication?
Instead of putting a 7.
Okay, you know what you did wrong? You added this 1. You added it twice. You gotta be careful. That's something that you have to kind of learn. I can show you, but until you practice it, I always cross it off. Yes, ma'am.
After I'm done using it, I usually just scribble it out.
Yeah, that's a great idea. After you've added it, cross it off, or the next time you carry, cross it off after that. But in this case, I only carried 1 time, right? So I would cross it off as soon as I'm done using it. Okay, perfect. So the correct answer should be 3,220, right? Okay, so the correct answer is 3,220. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. I'm going to give you 4 questions that you are going to work on between now and the end of class. There's your exit ticket out of the room. When you are done with them, I want you to get on extra math. Okay, as soon as you're done working the 4 problems, do extra math. There's a place for your work, and then there's a place for the solution. I only want the final answer in the solution box, okay? But before we do that, I want to show everybody your homework tonight. I want to explain the homework really quickly. So take your homework out, put it on top of your desk. Your homework looks like this. It looks like a lot of questions, right? But you're actually only going to be working out 15 of them. And I'm going to do the first 3 for you, so you really only have to work out 12 of them tonight, okay? So we're all going to start right here with 46 times 17. So on the back of your paper, write 46 times 17. And here's the question right here, 46 times 17, okay? So we need to work that out. I'm going to start in the ones place, right? 46 times 7. So what is 7 times 6? 42. Okay? And then 7 times 4?
28.
28 plus 4, 29, 30, 31, 32. Cross it off. 32. Multiplying by 10, so I on the end. Good. That was 0 on the end. 1 times 6. 1 times 4. I add them up. I get 2, 8, 7. 782. Okay? Now look at your homework. Turn it over on the back. Look, flip it over. If I look at the back, where do you see 782 at? Right here. So that means I need to go in that direction. So now I want you to work out on the back 24 times 36. On the back, work out 24 times 36. And notice I have it written out here, so I start with, I'll give you a second to write it out. When you're ready, give me a thumbs up so I know you're ready to go. Okay, this whole table is ready. Somebody waiting on somebody over there. Are you ready? Everybody over there is ready? Okay, so where do I start? 6 times 4? 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 2?
12.
Plus 2?
14.
14. I'm done with that. Cross it out. Slap a 0 on the end. 3 times 4? 12. Carry the 1. 3 times 2? Plus 1. So my answer is 720, right?
No. We have to add.
We gotta add them. Good job. 4 plus 0?
4.
4 plus 2?
6.
1 plus 7.
8.
Nice. Good catch. 864. Now look at your, turn it over on the back. Where do you see 864?
Going down.
Going down. Now we're going this way. We're at an angle, right? So now what problem am I going to work out?
35 times 67.
35 times 67. Does that make sense? So on the back, real quick, go ahead and flip it over, and let's work out 35 times, what was it? 67. Work out 35 times 67. Okay, get an answer of 2,345? Awesome. Now, real quickly, this is what I want you to do. After you have worked out the problem and you found out the next answer, I want you to take your pencil and shade in the box real lightly with your pencil, the box you just worked out. So when you're done, you're going to see a shaded trail. The triangles, the arrows, shade in everything that you're done. So you'll see a little trail when you are finished. You only have 12 more questions to work out before you get to the finish line. Okay? Everybody understand that?
Yes.
Alright, so now put that in your math folder. Open your journal to your table, to your multiplication table and your notes. And I am going to pass out your 4 questions for your exit ticket. If you get stuck, you'll come and see me and I will help you with it. Alright? So good luck.